The winner of the Great British Sewing Bee is...
Hello. My name's Sam and this is
Baby Sparkles.
So we have decided that because it was the final, we watched the final together, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which was nice. Definitely a family affair. And that we have decided to do this week's synopsis together. So I hope that is okay. We're going to ant and deck it, aren't we?
Sure.
What else? Ernie and Wise. What other double acts? You're too young for that one.
I mean, I know. But it's Morecambe and Wise, isn't it? Not,
Oh yeah.
Don't do the you're too young for that and then get it wrong.
Yeah, but I'm old and I forget things. So first things first. Joe has got the envelope that I wrote. Have you got it? Have got the envelope that I wrote at the beginning. So this was just when I had seen the first episode. I had seen no more, just the first episode, and I put in my predictions for which three were going to be in the final. So,
Are we opening that now?
yeah, let's open it and find out. So, obviously, I don't forget everything. I do remember who I wrote, funnily enough. So.
Alright. Season 11, the final. We have Caz, Stuart, and Orla.
I need to show it to the screen, so.
The verification. And now, did you put a star next to Kaz's name because you thought Kaz was going to win?
Yeah.
Well done.
I did. I put a star next to Kaz's name because I thought right at the beginning, yeah. So, and I really enjoyed Stuart, and I think the reason I put Stuart is because how nice would it have been to have a mummy, daddy, and baby, like a family final. Although I have to say the fact that it was the three ladies in the final, it made it a really lovely final. Did you find that?
Well, yeah, we were saying it was like there was. Not that there really would any be, but it would be. But there was no one that we didn't want to win. We were very happy with any three of them winning.
Yeah.
And they all had they're all very lovely to each other. They're all being very sweet.
Yeah. Even in the mild panic, there was still laughter and joy. You could, it was tense, but they still looked like they were having fun, didn't they? And they were, like you say, they were helping each other. So, it was really good.
But I think, Caz appears to have been the one that was the... Not just the nicest, but, the actively nicest to all of them. The one that has made everyone else in the workshop feel...
comfortable.
Yeah. Looked after.
Yeah, looked
mummed.
after. Yeah. And actually, I mean, we'll talk about the made to measure, but you could tell in that challenge what type of person that she is. So that kind of really came across, didn't it?
And Sarah Pascoe made a joke about it, but I do think it was genuinely true when she said that Caz was just straight up her favourite.
Yeah.
And I think that was also when they got the people back to talk about
yeah.
They were all very lovely about all of them, but I think some people were just it's Caz, that's my mum. And then when it's the photos of them after, it's Caz was at this person's thing and Caz was at this person's thing.
Yeah.
And it's they're just
yeah,
that's
nice.
their mum.
Nice. Actually, while you're talking about Sarah, should we talk about Sarah a little bit, because it's Sarah's last season, isn't it?
So she missed one because she was pregnant, but she's been doing it for... Is it 4 seasons she's done it?
Yeah, I think so.
And I really like her. I think she's really good.
Yeah.
She's got a great demeanour for it. It's gonna be a shame that she's going, but I think she's being replaced by someone who's very talented, very funny.
Yeah, I first saw the person that she's been replaced by on Taskmaster We like Taskmaster, don't we? And actually, I quite often find that when the new people from Taskmaster kind of appear, I tend to not know them very well. I might know them a little bit, but not know them very well. But by the end of the season, they feel like my best friends. They literally so I'm really excited because, so her name's Sophie Willen. So that's something to look forward to next year, a new host. So let's get on with the final. So the very first challenge, I'm doing it no notebook today. Can you doing it all from memory? So it can't I'm and you're here just in case. So the first challenge, the pattern challenge, they upped the game like they always do with the pattern challenge, and it was a bias cut slip dress. So bias, if you don't know, if you cut on the bias, you're cutting on the fabric at a 45-degree angle, and that gives the fabric extra drape and extra flow. And quite often the bias cut skirt or dress tend to be made with quite luxurious fabrics, so your silks, your satins, those kinds of drapey, flowy fabrics. And I think they all did really, really well in the challenge. It definitely was a challenging challenge. They had to make spaghetti straps. They had to have it cowl necked, which meant that they had to use the drape of the fabric without it looking stretched out. Caz used a lighter, more drapey fabric than the other two. But it was a great fabric because it looked like the stars and the galaxy, and straight away I was like, yeah, she's picked the best fabric. But probably not the best fabric for the job. But you really liked this one, didn't you? You said you didn't normally...
Well, no, so I couldn't... When they were done, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. Like, it wasn't until they got really close up that you could potentially see some of the flaws with them. But they all kind of got the... what's the word? The hem. They all got that wrong, but Kaz got it slightly more wrong.
Yeah. They all had a bit of a wonky hem.
Yeah. The bit at the front.
The cowl neck.
Yeah, that looked nice on all of them.
Yeah, it did.
And
the straps, the spaghetti straps.
Kaz got the straps wrong.
She got them a little bit twisted.
Yeah. Yaz got them a little bit wrong, and Orla got them the least wrong, which is why she won. That's basically what it But they all look nice.
Yeah.
And like if I was buying one in a shop, I'd pick Kaz's, even though
because of the fabric.
Because the fabric. But the fabric, means the dress, because it kept stretching.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
So you're right. You're doing a great job. So the outcome of that one was, in first place was Orla, second place was Yasmin, and third place was Caz. So going into the transformation challenge, then Caz was definitely at the bottom, but you know what it's like in the final, it's up. They were still really close, and they were close all the way through, weren't they?
Yeah, well, so I think, not to spoil the transformation too much, but with the pattern challenge, it was like 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yeah.
Whereas the transformation challenge was 1, 2A, 2B.
Yeah.
Like Kaz's transformation was clearly better than, and you even had Orla and Yaz saying that after they left.
Yeah.
After the transformation challenge.
So for the transformation challenge, they had to transform some sheer garments. So garments made from sheer fabrics like lace, organza. They had some like PVC, didn't they? Like that plasticky, rubberized stuff. So basically it was all garments that were see-through, and then they had to transform them into wearable garments, so that obviously they had to layer up the garments of sheer, so that what was the word that Yasmin used, so that the goodies weren't on show. So you weren't showing any of your goodies, which made me giggle, that one. And as Joe said, Caz definitely, she she seemed to have a plan right from the beginning, didn't she? It was kind of like, right, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and everything she kind of executed really well. And that's the thing with the transformation challenge, because you don't have very much time. I think if you've got a plan at the beginning and everything goes to plan, then it works.
I also think she said herself she had experience doing it. She made when she was a teenager, she made a dress out of a mat.
Yeah.
Which is I don't think Yaz or Orla had any kind of experience with that. And I do think that is something that showed throughout the show, is that Caz is older than those two and has sewn for a lot longer than those two. And
experience definitely showed through. Definitely,
Yeah, whereas Orla and Yaz probably improved more throughout the series.
Yeah,
Caz was just that good.
Yeah, you could definitely tell Orla had learned a lot, so much through, and it was just so lovely to see her grow in the season. I enjoyed watching all of them, but yeah, definitely.
And she's doing fashion at school now.
So Orla's dress was, she put these brown organza, so out of two of the organza netty meshy tops, she made these brown flowers and popped them on. And one of the criticisms from the judges was that because it had like a cord through the coat, it would have been much nicer if she'd have taken that cord out, because it kind of jarred a bit, didn't it? It didn't look like the kind of soft organza flowers and then this kind of cord. And I kind of agreed with that.
Or she could have gone with if she went green with that and made it like a stem,
and it was a real kind of contrast rather than
But she settled with flowers, and I think that's because she was gonna do a heart.
Yeah, and it didn't quite work.
And she sort of panicked and went to flowers. So I think if it was always gonna be flowers, she probably would have thought.
Yeah.
About that a bit better.
And Yasmin's, I actually quite liked Yasmin's. I thought Yasmin's was a nice silhouette. It looked like, almost made it look like feathers at the front, and it kind of crossed the bodice, and then the layers of skirt.
I think the reason they put her third, even though she salvaged it, is that she made quite a massive mistake going into it, and she salvaged the mistake.
Yeah. So that meant that scores on the doors for the transformation challenge was, first place was Caz, and we definitely agreed with that, didn't we? And then second was Orla, and third was Yasmin. And I perhaps would have put them in the other position, but it was nitpicking, wasn't it? At that point?
So I think with the transformation challenge, because the judges aren't there during the process of it.
Yeah.
They don't prejudge a bit. I think in the other two challenges they prejudge based on what they're seeing and based on the way that they adapt it after a mistake and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas with that one, it is literally just looking at the finished product.
Yeah.
And I think that Yasmin's was what she set out to do.
Yeah.
With just a few little technical mistakes.
Yeah.
Whereas Orla had to completely change what it was, but the judges didn't know that. So they just saw what it
Pretty flowers, yeah.
And it was
No, I think I would agree with you. So that brings us, the notebook has come back out because I did forget things. So the made to measure. So they got quite reflective, didn't they, about it being the last thing and that they were in the sewing room for the last time together, and that was just really sweet. So they all had their own models. So the models for the final, Yasmin had her fiance Sophie, Orla had her sibling Ro, and Caz had her daughter Florence. And I'm so glad that I wrote those down because I would not have forgotten. And for me personally, it was really lovely to see Caz with her daughter. It was just kind of that kind of relationship. I've got a daughter, I've got that kind of relationship, and I can imagine if I was in that, and obviously I love sewing for Joe, and it was just nice to have it was just nice, wasn't it? It was really, really, and it was also sweet to see that sibling relationship as well. Orla and her sibling, they were having a great time talking Gaelic to each other, and yeah.
Well, I kind of think that within the challenges like that Orla, because Orla is one that throughout the show has been quite stressed and quite panicked a lot, but there was none of that. Even when it was going wrong, for a bit of it was just like she's just able to give her sibling a cuddle, and just didn't seem to be that stressed about it. It was like, you look good, you're happy, then I've done the job. Because that's the thing, it's like, it's a competition, but if you're making an outfit for someone, if the person in the outfit likes it, then you've done a great job. You've done a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. So the challenge for this was, I hope I'm not completely butchering this French word, is trompe-l'oeil. I think that was how you say it. Is that how you say trompe-l'oeil?
He was saying trompe-l'oeil.
Trompe-l'oeil.
But
I'm not 100% sure whether that's how you say it, but the whole idea of it is that it tricks the eye, so it looks like something but could look like something else, or it has an illusion of some kind. So creating a garment that looks like something else. And I thought that was really tricky. I mean, it would have taken a little bit of time for me to think about what it was I was going to do. And what I really loved about this challenge is that all three of the contestants had a beautiful story. They all did, didn't they? They all had a beautiful story behind what it is they wanted the story, the end garment to be. And I think for the final, of course you are. So we'll start with Orla. You can talk about Orla's.
Well, so I think Orla's trompe-l'oeil, or whatever it is, was the most ambitious in the fact that if it didn't work, it didn't fit the brief. Like with Caz's and Yaz's, still fun saying that.
Caz and Yaz.
With Caz's and Yaz's, it was what they were going for was impressive, but if one of the rib cages was a bit wonky, it still was gonna do the job of the brief. If the wiring was a bit off on Yaz's, it still was going to do it.
Yeah.
But with Orla's, those black pieces had to cover up the front colourful pool noodles. That's what they were, weren't they?
Pool noodles, yeah. So explain a little bit what Orla was doing.
So she had colourful pool noodles attached to the front of the dress, and then black patches covering the top of them. So from a direct point of view of the person, the dress appears to look entirely black, and then as they turn, they reveal a beautiful rainbow. I think if Orla was younger, that would have been a Dark Side of the Moon reference.
Yeah.
It looked very Dark Side of the Moon, but I don't think.
You mean if she was older?
Yeah, sorry, older. Sorry.
She can't be any younger.
Yeah, she can't legally be any younger and be on the show. No, if she was older, that would have been a Dark Side of the Moon reference, because that's what that looks like. It's black with a rainbow going into it.
Yeah.
But I do love that from her perspective, it's just gay. Be gay. Be happy. Be gay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be gay.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be gay in different ways. And I think that's what that means.
Yeah.
It's like you can look one way to certain people, but then when you get to know people, there's a lot of joy and happiness. So
she called it the Pillars of Colours, and my notes say dark to joyful, bonkers and gorgeous. Do you think that's a fair comment? Yeah. It was bonkers, wasn't it? It was bonkers. But it was, gorgeous. So the bottom of the dress, the bit that was fairly plain, was really well sewn and looked really nice. Like beautiful. The pleats. Yeah. And the way they got that to match up with the patches. So when you were looking, I'm sure there was a way to look at that dress that had it perfectly dead on. Yeah. I think Patrick found that. Yeah. I think he was like, if I'm here, it's perfect. And having the patches
matched to the pleats of the bottom of the dress. Look, like,
Yeah.
I think she got there in the end. I think she nailed it. I think she just about had it.
Yeah. So Yasmin's was a lovely story as well. So right at the beginning, if I take you all the way back to episode 1, Yasmin did talk a little bit about her dad. So that her dad was also a sewer, but has passed away quite recently, and that part of her kind of power behind applying for the Sewing Bee was because of her dad. And I think having the memory of her dad in her final showcase kind of made to measure challenge was really, and you could tell it was really important to her. So her nod, if you like, to her dad was the fact that her dad really loved proper tailored clothes, you know, shirt, tie, collar, you know, the whole shebang.
Well fitted.
Yeah. So she wanted, although for her fiance, she wanted the illusion to kind of show the real illusion of the beautiful female form and like the blurred out kind of female form. She wanted to have the tailored aspect of it too. And I thought it was a beautiful story. There's no denying it. It was just lovely. And the execution, she made the kind of blurred out female form from, it was wire and was it mesh, organza mesh, but different layers to make, because it did look blurred, didn't it, when you kind of saw it. It was and for me, although I just love the idea, I think that the dress would have had a little bit more statement, kind of like more kind of pow if she hadn't done the collar and tie. But I totally understand why she did. And so it was one of those, it was like, it was a beautiful story, but I think maybe, and I would have definitely done this, like sometimes you're a bit just, you want to impress so much that you just do a bit too much. Would you agree? There was just a little bit too much in it. Or not?
I don't know. I really like the tie.
Yeah.
But like I'm new to this whole kind of world. I don't pay attention to fashion shows and stuff like that. So I've not really seen a dress with a tie. And I just really liked it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really cool. And like there was a bit in it where like she was like, oh, this doesn't quite fit that well, and her partner was like, oh, it's fine, and she was like, no, it's not fine, because the whole thing is that my dad liked tailoring, so it's got to be tailored, it's got to be made perfect. And it isn't made to measure, so it does have to fit the model. But yeah, I think this is the one where Yaz salvaged it, because it was going very, very wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't go very wrong. It was actually really good.
It was brilliant. It was fantastic.
And I think there's an argument about who was second.
Yeah.
In the made to measure.
So, and then Caz had, again, beautiful story. So obviously Caz has obviously had some heart surgery, some open heart surgery. I think she said 4 years ago, something like that. So, and she wanted her dress to reflect the journey that's taken her on. And obviously she had her beautiful daughter there. She wanted her daughter to wear it. So she did a rib cage with a torso and then a representation of a heart, which was like the red element in it. And it was all boning and pleather. Now, I've done a little bit of boning work before, and I have worked with pleather a couple of times, and I have to say Caz picked two really difficult materials to work with, and then adding a zip as well. I think she
it was the way she was like,
so challenging,
cramming it through the sewing machine, and it somehow didn't break.
I was making some noises like it wanted to. So I think in all aspects, in the the story, the reason behind it, the finished garment and the materials, I think that Caz really, you could tell she really wanted this to work, didn't she? She put a lot of effort into it.
So I think the thing with Caz is the outfit, the hitting of the brief, and the way the outfit looked and the technical aspects involved in making the outfit. It was the most impressive, which is why it won. But I think the reason that I would probably I preferred either Yaz's or Orla's to Caz's is because it's the final and they invite close family and friends and you have that aspect of it. I know it's not really part of the challenge, it's just part of the fun of making the show, but you have that aspect of it and it's a made to measure. You get to see the people closest to them, they're making these outfits for them and how happy they are in those outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even though it was lovely to see Kaz's daughter, that outfit wasn't for Kaz's daughter.
Yeah.
She was very uncomfortable in it. She was just being used as a model.
Yeah.
Whereas the outfit Yas made and the outfit Orla made were for the models.
Yeah.
And especially Orla's, I think.
Yeah.
Her sibling was so comfortable and having just the best time in it.
Yeah.
And like, having a dance with Esme, or was it Patrick?
No, I think it was Esme.
I think and a dance with both of them.
Yeah.
Cuddling people with the pool noodles on the front. I just like, for me, that one was the most made to measure, which is what that is about. But Kaz's by far was the most impressive.
Yeah, definitely. Technically made.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Caz has shown throughout the whole of the show.
And I think that probably is what they are judging it on. And what they should judge it on. But like, I'm watching an entertainment show, and I'm being most entertained by Orla's and Yaz's. I think,
No, so and then, I'm going to take you now to me and Joe last night. Me and Joe watching the final and finding out. You can find out our reaction to the result. Ah, yay!
Yay.
Woo, woo, woo!
That's my-
Congrats! Oh, she's upset. Oh, she's not, Oh. Give her a cuddle! Oh.
Happy lover?
Yeah. So we were very happy with the result, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I can't wait to do it all over again. So roll on season 12. Very excited. So if you have stayed here, brilliant. Welcome. Well done, even. Welcome. Well done is what I meant to say. I have been doing a sweepstake on my Facebook group. I had nearly 160 people almost that wanted to be part of my sweepstake, and obviously someone's been knocked out each week, and Kaz's people are all in this little Liberty bag, and I'm going to get Joe to draw out 2 winners. So we've got 2 winners, and I'm going to send off something handmade. I'm also going to give them some vouchers to join me on my social sewing group. So I have Sewcial Sparkle, which is an online kind of get together. You can come and join me for 2 hours of sewing and chatting. You kind of bring a project, you're in the comfort of your own home, but you've got fellow sewers and crafters to keep you company. And I will put the link for that down below. So yeah, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
And the winners are... So we've got Jane Welchman. Well done, Jane. And Karen Tudor. So I will get in touch with you two. If you watch me on it, then please comment down below and I will let you know how you claim your prize. So yeah, it's been lovely, and I'm just say thank you, Joe, for doing this with me. I've really enjoyed doing this with you.
I've loved it. It's great.
Yeah, it's been really good.
The final little thing with like the episodes is I loved seeing all the people come back and like Peter and Stuart being friends.
Yeah,
Obviously. That made sense. That was lovely. Gaynor, Novella, and Caz all meeting up by the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that bit. I like that when they let us know what everyone's been up to, and yeah, it was really nice. You can tell, can't you?
Yas moving to Australia.
Yeah.
Orla studying switching to fashion at uni, which is like,
why were you not doing that in the first place? Yeah. No, it was really.
I think that part of it she did Sewing Bee to prove that she could make that switch.
Yeah.
And she made it to the final, so I think that was pretty good proof that she could.
Yeah.
I think if she crashed out week 1, she maybe wouldn't have made that switch.
Yeah, maybe. Right, so I will see you in another video. If you want to catch up on any of my videos, I've got a Sewing Bee playlist that you can find the link down below. And I tend to do my weekly kind of sewing catch-up, Sewcial Sparkles every week here. So don't forget to sparkle, and I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.